Why did the McCallisters really forget Kevin? The answer is hidden in a single prop, and most viewers never notice it. That's just one of the secrets hiding in plain sight. The movie you think you know is filled with fake films that fooled entire generations, actors who got permanently scarred, and iconic moments that happened because of pure accident. Angels with Filthy Souls, the black and white gangster movie Kevin uses to scare off the burglars and the pizza guy, isn't a real film. It was created specifically for Home Alone and shot in just one day. Director Chris Columbus wanted authenticity, so he used genuine black and white Kodak film stock, which required 3 to 4 times more light than modern color film. The set had to be packed with massive hot lamps, and despite filming in the middle of a Chicago winter, the actors and crew were sweating under the intense heat. The fake film looked so convincing that even CULKIN admitted he thought it was a real vintage movie when he was a kid. Columbus created such a perfect imitation that audiences have been trying to track down the original for over 3 decades. Remember the photo Kevin finds in Buzz's room, the one where he says "woof"? That wasn't actually a girl. When the scene called for an unflattering photo of Buzz's girlfriend, director Chris Columbus made a deliberate choice. He thought it would be too cruel to use a real girl's photo and subject her to mockery, so instead, the art director dressed up his own son in a wig and girl's clothing for the picture. It's a small detail that most viewers never questioned, but it reveals the filmmaker's sensitivity about not humiliating a real person for a joke. The iconic McCallister house looks perfect for a family Christmas, but almost none of the movie was actually filmed inside it. The real house was too small for the massive film crew and equipment, so director Chris Columbus made a bold decision: recreate the entire interior inside the abandoned gymnasium at New Trier High School. Inside that gym, they constructed elaborate 2-story sets, replicating the home's first and second floors. That house millions of viewers fell in love with, the one that created the entire magical atmosphere of Christmas. It was all built inside a gym. The real house served only as an exterior facade, but that hasn't stopped thousands of fans from making annual pilgrimages to the Chicago suburb just to see where the McCallisters lived. Joe Pesci wasn't playing around. Fresh off winning an Oscar for Goodfellas, he approached Home Alone with the same intensity he brought to mobster roles. To ensure Macaulay was actually afraid of him, Pesci did his best to avoid Macaulay Culkin on set between scenes, so the young actor would genuinely be wary of him when the cameras rolled. During the rehearsals for a scene where Harry hangs Kevin on a coat hook and threatens to bite his fingers off, Pesci bit Culkin for real, breaking the skin and leaving a permanent scar. Culkin still has the scar today. When you watch that scene and see genuine fear in Kevin's eyes, remember, that kid was actually scared of Joe Pesci. One of Home Alone's most terrifying moments is when Marv gets a tarantula placed on his face. That wasn't movie magic or CGI. It was a real tarantula crawling across Daniel Stern's face. They had exactly 1 take to get it right because they couldn't risk doing multiple takes and potentially agitating the spider. Stern had to stay completely still while the spider moved across his skin. But here's the twist. That blood-curdling scream you hear in the movie, it wasn't recorded during the actual take. Stern had to scream silently, mouth wide open with no sound, because any loud noise could have startled the tarantula into biting him. The scream was dubbed in during post-production. In the original script, the mannequins in the McCallister basement were supposed to come to life and terrify Kevin in a horror movie-style sequence. The scene was ultimately cut from the final film, but the mannequins stayed and became part of one of Home Alone's most clever moments. When Kevin creates the illusion of a crowded house party to fool the burglars, he positions mannequins near the windows so their shadows look like real people. This wasn't just a smart kid's improvisation, it was an homage to silent films from the 1920s. Movies like Don't Be a Dummy and Ladies Last used the exact same trick, placing mannequins by windows to create silhouettes of fake people. What started as a deleted horror scene became a tribute to cinema history that most viewers never recognized. Ever wondered why the McCallisters didn't realize Kevin was missing until they were already on the plane? The answer is ingeniously hidden in the pizza chaos scene. During the night before the trip, when Buzz eats all the cheese pizza and causes the family argument, a drink gets spilled. In the chaos of cleaning up, Kevin's plane ticket gets thrown away with the napkins and garbage. The next morning, when they're counting heads and tickets at the airport, nobody notices Kevin's missing because his ticket is already in the trash. It's a tiny detail that most viewers miss, but it's the logical backbone that makes the entire plot work. By the time it had run its course in theaters, Home Alone was the third highest grossing film of all time worldwide, behind only Star Wars and E.T. A fake movie fooled an entire generation. A production so committed that actors faced real spiders and real injuries. Home Alone remains one of the most watched holiday films, with millions of viewers tuning in each year. It's the movie that taught a generation of kids they could be brave, and taught their parents to always double-check before leaving for the airport.